Could anyone imagine waking to this? In Gaza, there's no need. A nightmare made incomprehensibly real by bombs unleashed on tents in Al-Mawasi. Come and take the wounded, they're dying, he shouts. Images we can't broadcast show children, dead or grievously injured, crying in pain. Throughout the war, Israel has repeatedly defined Al-Mawasi, or large parts of it, safe. It has also repeatedly attacked it, saying it targets militants hiding among civilians. This morning, last chances for intimate farewells.
By God, we were browsing the internet and I asked him, "Where do you want to go, my son?" He said home, to eat and sleep. My sweetheart, he is gone. Ahmed, the light of my eyes, my support. I was saying that God will compensate me when my son grows up. When my son grows up.
At the other end of the strip in northern Jabalia, more strikes overnight. The Israeli military confirming today its expanded ground offensive, named Gideon's Chariots, was underway in the north and south. It says it's hit 670 what it calls Hamas terror targets in the past week. One strike on a Khan Yunis hospital on Tuesday targeted Hamas's Gaza commander, Mohammed Sinwar. Today, Israel's defense minister saying he believed Sinwar had been killed in a tunnel under the compound. It all puts Hamas under greater pressure as Israel simultaneously threatens to further occupy the Strip while continuing negotiations in Qatar. Today saying it's open to a pause or an end to the war, but its conditions for that unchanged and long rejected by Hamas, that Gaza must be demilitarized and Hamas fighters exiled. Gaza's far north continues to empty out by whatever means people can afford or improvise. Abu Muhammad can't leave yet. He's collecting wood to sell so he can rent a donkey cart.
When the Israelis want a truce, Hamas refuses it. And when Hamas wants a truce, the Israelis refuse it. Both sides are in agreement on exterminating the Palestinian people.
Jabalia's dead are also being taken south to Gaza City, the closer Indonesian hospital now under siege and out of operation. "You're my soul, my daughter," says Mahmoud. "You took my soul with you." Suffusing all these individual moments of grief, the question, how many more such moments before all this will be brought to an end?
Harry Fawcett reporting. Yesterday, I spoke to Ian Lennon, who's a consultant in emergency medicine from Derby. He's currently volunteering in Gaza with the charity UK Med and is at the Al-Mawasi hospital in southern Gaza. At the time, they were preparing for an influx of people from the north, but overnight, that devastating airstrike happened nearby. So we spoke again today, and I asked what had happened.
So about midnight last night, a piece of ordnance fell in one of the tented camps about half a kilometre away from us. And as a result, both ourselves and a number of the other hospital organisations in the region had a mass casualty incident where we received very high numbers of severely injured patients. My colleagues here tell me that this is it was the worst event that they've had since the field hospital here has opened.
When you say a high number of casualties, how many are you talking about and what kind of injuries are you talking about?
So we saw 27 patients. There was another 16 or so dead on arrival at the hospital. We were seeing significant wounds, amputations, injuries to the abdomen, shrapnel wounds, a wide range of really quite serious injuries. A number of the more severely injured ones were transferred out to Nasser Hospital. It has, however, meant that our theatre staff have been working non-stop since this morning to try and work their way through the injuries, to remove shrapnel and to manage some of the broken bones and so on that we've seen.
We've seen reports here about people being burnt in their tents. Has that been something that you've seen as well?
We didn't actually see a significant number of burns at all. We think, unfortunately, those people never made it out of the camp where they were.
The Gaza Health Ministry said that 3 hospitals in the north of Gaza have been closed. Can you give us a sense of what might be happening and what hospitals are open at the moment?
We know one of the hospitals in the north, the Indonesian hospital, is essentially under siege, although we hear that there are moves afoot to try and move out the patients. But beyond that, we've not heard very much about the other northern hospitals. We believe that they're all very much non-functional.
And Dr. Lennon, what more are you expecting today?
We've been decompressing NASA Hospital, which is our major referral site. So we sent some of the most significantly injured patients to NASA yesterday. In return, they've sent us some of their already stabilized, slightly longer stay patients. We've admitted 6 or 7 of those already today to our ward space. Our ward is fairly much at capacity at the moment, although we're, as I say, working hard to get through the operations and identify patients we can discharge as soon as we can.
How difficult is it to operate under these kinds of conditions with things changing so rapidly and quickly, and for your staff to have to deal with this as well?
There are certain things that we have to pause in order to protect the staff themselves, such as bus transit to the hospital. And that, of course, means that we run the risk of not actually having a whole heap of national staff to help us when we have a staff to hospital.
I just wonder for local staff as well, how they're dealing with what they're seeing and what they are coping with the strikes.
They're still struggling. Our staff are coming as far north as the Gaza City itself, and travelling on donkey carts and motorcycles to get to us, which is something like a 3-hour transit for them. They find that an additional stress on top of the fact that they are then separated from their families and they don't entirely know what's going on with them.
Dr. Ian Lennon, great to speak to you again. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.